Everybody out there in YouTube land, where you at? So this is a response, mostly to Circle of Tones video about the electric guitar being dead and him blaming people for it when it's really his fault. And really, it's mostly towards him. But I hate to black pill you, okay? But guitar is not dead and it's not dying, all right? And this is why I say that Circle of Tone is actually killing the guitar, okay? Guitar hasn't really, the electric guitar, as we know it, hasn't really been around for that long, okay? And when it first came out, like in the early rock and roll days, it wasn't really the main instrument. Like it was just an accompanying instrument. That's what it's always been. And it was for lowlifes, you know, like prostitutes and like drunks and shit like that, you know, and like playing in a parlor, you know, like just sitting around, because it was portable. That's why I call it the parlor guitar, you know, and shit like that, parlor guitars. And it's easy, like not easy, but easier because of the way it's made, you know, like it's easy to write music on, which is one of the reasons, which is the main reason it'll never, like that's what music is written on. Like when guitars first came out, they didn't have 22 frets, you know, they only started doing that when it started taking over. Like, you know, people wrote a lot of music on piano. You can't carry a piano all around with you and play when you're drunk and whoring and shit. So they put this extra fret so that you could get this note here, which is a D sharp, which is logical because this is an E. You know, most music is written on guitar. Even people like Justin Bieber and all these fucking idiots, they play guitar. That's how they write their music. If you wanted to say anything was harming but not killing electric guitar, blame it on MIDI keyboards and sampling, you know? Blame it on rap music. Because rap music doesn't contain musical intervals and shit. It's not like in a key. They don't even, it's not even like, you'll hear people say, oh, let me spit a hot 16, you know, like 16 bar rap. And they'll rap and you'll be like, that's not even 16 bars. Do you even know what the fuck you're talking about? You know, it's shit like that, you know? Back in the day, people used to like learn music in school. And way back in the day, people like, you know, educated people, that's how they didn't have video games and shit. They played music and challenged each other musically with shit, you know, and they'd write shit and take what somebody wrote and play it backwards and play it from the middle going forward and then from the back and do all kind of crazy shit with it and fuck with each other, you know. And it was mental, you know, because this is all mathematically laid out, you know. Music is kind of simple, but it's kind of not neither, you know, when you really, I mean, it's fun, you know, but there's something to it. But you don't have to really know that to still participate in it, especially on an electric guitar or any guitar. That's why it's such a great instrument, you know. So, like in the early days, even like with Chuck Berry and shit like that, those solos and shit, those weren't like solos like we know today. You know, you didn't hear that until like really like Clapton, you know. Something different, you know, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Sometimes it might even be in a different fucking, it sound like it's in a different key, you know, they'll change modes, all kind of interesting shit you can do, you know, but that wasn't always the case. You know, like you'd listen to those early, it was all just variations on the chorus, you know, and shit like that, and the melody and shit like that. They weren't doing really anything different, you know, it got moved along, you know, you're supposed to take it and go further with it, you know. People are not doing, people like Circle of Tone are not doing that. Listen, let me ask something. If you're a Circle of Tone fan, I just want to know something. Who the fuck are you? You know, I'm thinking the demographic, judging from how they're easily manipulated, you know, like saying things and making statements and then showing a video where it's demonstrably not true what the fuck they're saying, you know, and just to swallow that propaganda that he's spitting, you know, trying to fucking down people and shit like that, and then trying to, why would you want to go recreate somebody else's tone, and why would you think that this motherfucker's got the secret to it? You know, that's what's killing electric guitar. You trying to sound like everybody else and shit like that instead of trying to fucking do something to compete with these little fucking idiots with their sample machines and their fucking drum beats. That's what's killing electric guitar. It's you, you pumpkin-headed son of a bitch. It's you. You're not recreating anybody. You're not passing on no secrets. Let me tell you something. Back to his subscribers. Why would you want to recreate somebody's, to sit in your bedroom and try to sound like the record? You're not going to do it. Randy Rhoads is a great fucking player, dude. One of my fucking favorites. This is what you do. Go look on YouTube for isolated tracks of Randy Rhoads playing on Blizzard of Oz or Diary of a Madman. And tell me the playing's superb. No doubt about that. Don't take that the wrong way. I love Randy. Okay? Listen to that tone. Listen to that tone. Is that the tone you'd want? Is that the tone you'd want when you're playing in your bedroom? No. Sounds like shit. It's thin, it's tinny sounding. But when you put it into the mix, it sounds fucking great. You understand what I'm saying? When you hear, there's a musical frequency. You got bass, you got high and low, and then there's in the middle. You understand? You can't be crossing, there's a place for the electric guitar in the mix. Okay? And what you're hearing on the record, the secret to any tone that you're hearing on the record is the fucking engineer. That's the way he wanted it to fucking sound. Come on, man. You fucking wallowing and stagnated fucking doing somebody else's shit and you're wondering why the fucking electric guitar sales are going down? And you blame other fucking people? You fucking idiot. You fucking idiot. How you gonna criticize fucking people for however they making music? They're trying to express themselves creatively. Maybe they don't have years to go play. Listen, can you knock somebody? Hey, look, they don't. Hey, let me hear some easy way. I could take a shortcut. I could make me some music, try to create something. Can you really blame them for that? You know? And then try to fucking blame it on other people. What about you? You motherfucker, you're talking about drum tracks and all the clicks. Motherfucker, you mime. Dude, you miming. You're not playing. You're not playing, dude, on your videos. Listen, I've never, even the people in that video, which Bert made, by the way, that beautiful fucking video, exposing, you know, him and his fakery, fake fuckery. Even the people, I don't erase comments, go read the comments on that video. Even his supporters don't deny that that's what he's doing. They make excuses up. But then they follow along with him. Yeah, that's the reason why. No, this motherfucker's the reason why. Phony, posing motherfuckers who want to wallow and stagnate, don't want to do anything remotely fucking original or creative. That's the reason. And the little motherfucker sitting around beating on his chest trying to rap and programming a drum beat and shit like that. That's why they're passing you up. Yeah. Like I said, you know, rap music and simple music like that doesn't have, and it's making people stupider, I believe, you know. Like, the other day I was in a Mediterranean restaurant, and there was the soundtrack playing, you know. And I was listening to this fucking music, and I didn't understand it. And the reason why is because it's different than our music. You know, they got quarter notes and shit in it. But as I started listening to it, and I started to be able to identify just sound like random strings hitting, I was like, yeah, I kind of get this now. You know, your ear has to be trained to shit. You know, your ear has to be trained to hear these intervals. If you've never heard it before, it just sounds like garbage to you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you spent all these years practicing some shit that somebody else was doing 20 years ago and trying to recreate their tone, and then wonder why fucking, you know, nobody's listening to your shit and why, that's why. You know, do something original. You know, do something. If you think electric guitar is dying, which it's not never going to do. Okay? If you think it is, then do something about it. Instead of just, you know, making Pumpkinhead videos. That's not helping any fucking body. Okay? So, that's my fucking 2 cents on it. You know? And, until next time, peace out.